Tonight, a moment of geek inspired by an unanswered pseudoscientific question that was posed by our friends at boingboing.net. It's a question that has inspired vociferous infighting, side-taking, table-pounding, impassioned debate among the Rachel Maddow Show staff. Boing Boing asked this question. We cannot figure out the answer. So, of course, the first thing we did was ask Kent Jones to look into the basics of this. Kent?
Rachel, it's one of the most recognizable theme songs in all of television. Law and Order. What makes this music make dogs react like this? What's happening here? Are dogs saying, bravo? Or, step back, noisy box. You're violating my security perimeter. Has composer Mike Post embedded a secret message into the theme that only dogs can hear? Is Fred Thompson involved somehow? To get some answers, I went to the Rachel Maddow Show Facebook page. Said one Thomas Itpick, the sound made, the familiar and now iconic, when it transitions from one scene to the next, is actually the sound of a ball being thrown against a wall. I also spoke to actor Richard Belzer from Law & Order Special Victims Unit. Belzer couldn't explain the howling, but he did say this. Dogs are definitely responding to the theme music. In fact, it's so popular, I'm writing a pilot called Law & Order Special Canine Unit SCU. So the mystery remains. There's no law, no order, only this. Rachel, it's a puzzle wrapped in an enigma surrounded by two successful spin-offs.
Thank you, Kent, for essentially deepening the mystery of why dogs howl when they hear the theme song to Law & Order. Well, joining us now is someone who might help us get a little closer to an actual answer. Canine behavioral expert Robert Brandow. Mr. Brandow has brought with him Chomper, a lab who works in dog bite prevention. Mr. Brandow, Chomper, it's nice to meet you both. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Chomper, the no-bite dog, is a little bit like Bucky the gentle horse. Okay. Sort of a difficult term, but I do believe that you know canine psychology. Why do you think these dogs are howling at Law & Order?
Okay, the reason they're more likely than not howling is there's some sound in that music, it's probably those opening chords, that triggers a fixed action response in the dogs. It's hardwired. So there's a sound, if they hear other dogs howling, for example, they're going to begin to howl. It's a group activity.
And so you think that they're hearing something that they think that sounds to them like dog howling?
Yes.
Okay. Fixed action response, is what you call that?
Fixed action pattern, hardwired behavior, yep.
Is it possible that they're hearing something in the music that humans can't hear in terms of like a high frequency sound or something?
It could be, but I don't think that's what it is. I think that those chords just sound somewhere's in the range of a siren or dogs howling or something that triggers that response in there. This is like a genetic thing for dogs.
While we were sitting here, I said to you, don't worry, the Law & Order theme song won't be ambient. Chomper won't be able to hear it. But he could hear it through your earpiece.
Yes.
And his reaction was just, he got a little excited.
Yeah, he's excited. Oh, that's what it does. It's a behavior where the group gets involved and they begin to do it together. And it's also a communication. They're communicating to each other. They're letting the other animals know where they are, the other wolves know where they are, the other dog packs know where they are, so they can either have an encounter or avoid an encounter. So he gets excited to begin to get into that activity.
He's channeling his inner wolf.
That's right.
When dogs howl like this, one of the things that what Boing Boing posted, they said, oh, we found this dog that howls when he hears the Law & Order sound. And then we realized there's a ton of them that do this. Watching those videos, going through them, I get upset because when I hear dogs howling, I think they're upset. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they're agitated or having an unpleasant sensation.
No, they actually like it. This is something they like. They're not upset by it at all. They're joining in. It's like a group activity. They feel connected. They're responding. They're communicating.
In deciding that we wanted to talk to you about this today, you talked to us about allelomimetic behavior?
Allelomimetic.
Oh, God, I've been working on it all day.
It's a strange word. All it means is monkey see, monkey do.
Okay. It essentially means copycat, or copy dog.
Right, okay. Which is how animals really learn. Okay. They learn by observing each other.
So in terms of people noticing that their animals respond to weird stuff, A, there's no reason to be concerned about it. B, it probably is a dog thing that has absolutely nothing to do with us. And can we conclude that they're not doing it on purpose in order to make people watch Law & Order because their dogs react?
Correct. They're not doing it on purpose. But they had no choice. They're doing it because it's a response that's built into them.
But the Law & Order people could be doing it in order to make people watch because they want to see what their dogs do when it starts.
Well, that's debatable. I guess everybody, if your dog enjoys the show, I guess you will too.
All right. We might work on our theme song then to try to come up with something that makes Chomper make noise, if only so, to entertain him. Robert Brandow, canine behavioral expert, thank you very much for stopping by. Chomper, thank you for being a good sport. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having us.
Appreciate it. To those of you at home or watching us on the treadmill or wherever you're watching us right now, I do want to say that we need your help with one thing about this. In terms of this still being somewhat of a continuing mystery, we can guess as to why they're doing it, and we have some information, some scientific information about why they're doing it, but we are still curious, and you can help us this way. If your dog... I'm sorry. Excuse me, Chomper. If your dog... I speak lab. If your dog does something like that at the Law & Order theme song, or something else consistently, where whenever a human sound is made, and your dog always responds that way, like to responding that way to the phone ringing, or to opera, or to Oprah, or anything, please send us video evidence. You will find instructions for how to do so at rachel.msnbc.com. We believe we will get to the bottom of this with your help, and also enjoy looking at pictures of your pets in the process. Okay. Coming up, the new medal unveiled in Vancouver. It is a platinum medal, sort of. Please stay tuned for that.